you understand. It's turning my life.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Normal Guys Talk Sports. This is episode 53, and this is Friday, January 26th, approximately 9 in the evening.
Yes. It's a little late, but we had to catch one while we could catch one, you know what I'm saying? So, Ed, what's going on, man? How was your holiday?
It's good.
I feel like it's been like a little bit since we've been on the air.
It's been about a month.
It's
been about a month. We did the Christmas thing. I don't know if we elaborated that on the last time. That was
I don't think we did.
When was the last episode?
Last week in November.
Last week in November. Okay, so Matt, last week in November, really?
I think so. I want to say last week. Either that or first week of.
What is this? So this is
first
1
week
month
of
ago.
December.
November 28th, correct. Okay, wow. So about 2 months ago.
Yep.
Wow. We went to California, the whole nine, right? So Matt came to California. We went to the Raven 49er game Christmas Day. So
Shout out. That was a great game.
So it was a lot of fun. You know, Matt gave Matt the tour. You know, more so the LA tour.
More so the LA tour.
The LA tour. We made a few stops in LA, and then me and Matt drove from LA to San Jose, Santa Clara area. And then I dropped off Matt at the San Francisco airport before heading back to Sacramento. And this was Christmas time. The game was Christmas Day. A lot of fun. My first time at the new stadium. Like I said, in San Jose, not too familiar out that way.
That was really
You know.
the biggest game of the year, too.
No, it was a pretty big game. So, like I said, some say Super Bowl preview. So we will get to that.
We're going to find out whether it's a Super Bowl preview, though.
We will get to that, of course.
And so, also, shout out to all of our viewers. We got people on YouTube. We got people on Instagram today. Yeah, we got people on Instagram today. YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you catch the show at. Hit the like button, share the stream, and subscribe.
Yes, sir. So, other than that, if we don't have any current events, we will get to football.
I'm actually ready to get into football.
We'll get to football. We're there.
So much to talk about.
We'll just get straight to it. So football, right to it. We're in the middle of the playoffs. We can summarize the divisional round, and this upcoming weekend is the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. So last week for the divisional round, which was January 20th, 2024, we had the Houston Texans visiting the Baltimore Ravens. And then this was Saturday, and then we also had the Packers and 49ers. Me and Matt went to Twin Peaks, and we watched both games. So me and Matt watched both games at Twin Peaks on Saturday. So first we had the tandem, the rookie quarterback, the rookie head coach in Houston. You know, they They won the division. They made the playoffs. They won the first round against the Browns, but they were outmatched by Baltimore. And Baltimore is legit Super Bowl contender. Lamar Jackson's legit a MVP contender, and they put the game away early. It wasn't.
It wasn't. I mean, in the first half of the game, you know, obviously as a Ravens fan myself, you know, a lot of people was worried if you are tapped into the Baltimore Ravens fandom. Everybody was a little worried after that first half because they was like, "Whoa, why is this game tied up?"
Oh yeah, it was tied at halftime. And then the second half, they scored
But
3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Lamar Jackson cussed everybody out in the locker room. Lamar Jackson cussed everybody out in the locker room. He came out, scored 3 straight touchdowns, and that was the end of that chapter. Yeah, no, I like how our team looked in the second half. Lamar really needed that win, like for real. Lamar really needed that win to just kind of like, somebody's on Instagram talking. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes talk, Chiefs Kingdom. I can't pull the Instagram comments up on here. So everybody who's watching on Instagram, if you want to see your comments on the screen, you need to head over to YouTube. If you type in Normal Guys Talk Sports, we'll pop right up. But yeah, otherwise y'all can still keep on hanging out on IG. But yeah, so my boys came through. Lamar Jackson cussed everybody out, came out 4 touchdowns in the second half, or 3 touchdowns in the second half, and yeah, they kind of walked away a little easy on that one, man. Texans had a great season though.
Had a great season. Shout out to the Texans. Yeah, had a great season. They won the division at the, if I remember right at the end of the season. It came down. It was real close between them, the Jaguars, the Colts. In the AFC South, they won the division, and they hosted a playoff game. They beat the Browns. I picked the Browns to win.
I was about to say.
I picked the Browns to win. I thought the Browns were going to play Baltimore in the divisional round, but
I did not want that.
That would have been a great matchup. That would have been a great game. That would have been a great game.
The people actually really wanted that. They wanted that Flacco
Bowl. That would have been great.
Yeah, but it ain't happened.
So correct. But and then so there's that. So we'll see the Ravens in the next round. And then the next game we had, of course, the Green Bay Packers, the 7th seed, visiting the San Francisco 49ers.
How nervous were you watching?
I was nervous. I was. Of course. You know what I'm saying?
Nervous was you watching this game,
the Packers will win the majority of the game. So I'll go off here. Packers scored first, 3-0. There was a touchdown, 7-3 49ers. Field goal Green Bay, 7-6. Going to halftime, and the 49ers missed a field goal. It was at the end of the second. So now it's 7-6. Green Bay scores a touchdown, 13-7. 49ers scores a touchdown, 14-13. Green Bay scores a touchdown, 21-14. And then 49ers with a field goal, 21-17. And then the 49ers with a touchdown. So then 49ers 24-21. Christian McCaffrey with 2 touchdowns. Kittle with a touchdown. Like I said, the Packers were winning the majority of the game. The Packers are the 7th seed. They beat the Cowboys, respectfully. Jordan Love
is I say for real.
How many times have you heard me say, develop the rookie quarterback, QB2, give him some time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So at the time, it seemed like a bad move to draft Jordan Love because they still had Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers leaves for a year. They win they get into the playoffs with the new guy that they've been developing in the past few years. Because to expect a rookie to get you in a quarter or to get to the playoffs, let's get serious. You need a guy at least 2, 3, 4 years to get him going. So yeah, shout out to the Packers having a great season. They beat the Cowboys. That was unexpected. That was a big monkey wrench into the NFC playoffs. A lot of Dallas was mad. That's a whole nother conversation. I think we got to. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't know if we got time for that, but we get some Dallas guys involved. It's still fresh. Shout out to Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dallas, homie Jermaine. Yeah, it's one of the biggest Cowboy fans ever.
If you got Cowboys fans as your friends, make sure you
check on them. Yeah, check on your Cowboy friends for sure.
Check
on your Cowboy friends. I would have been so upset. Like, that was so surreal. That was the first round of the playoffs. But yeah, the 49ers beat the Packers. A lot of Cowboy fans came to me. You guys better beat the Packers. You guys better beat. So the 49ers won that game, and on to the NFC Championship we go. See you on Super Bowl. And then the Sunday, January 21st, the other divisional matchups, we had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the Detroit Lions. The Lions with the win, 31-23. This is what was this? The first playoff in 30-something years.
Second. Because they played wild card week.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. The week before. But yeah, I'm tripping. But what was I gonna say? They got the home. They won the division. They did all. So they beat the Buccaneers. Shout out to the Buccaneers in their season. Baker Mayfield came in as a 1-year deal. Got into the playoffs.
You gotta pay Baker, man.
Got into the playoffs. This and that. His
like
second
Baker
playoff
Mayfield,
win.
bro.
He gave the Browns their first playoff win. And they just threw him out like yesterday's hot garbage. You know what I mean?
And
then to sign Deshaun Watson, that's a whole nother conversation.
So who actually won in this situation when you look at that at 2020 vision now? Like it's 2 years after Baker Mayfield's on the Bucs, they went to the playoffs. Deshaun Watson is.
I mean, I say like you can't fully, you can't fully compare the two until Deshaun Watson's no more a Cleveland Brown. Until Deshaun Watson, because he's still got a career there. Like last night, he's still under contract. He gets all the negative. How do I say it? Like he's lost a lot of people. But I don't look to hold a grudge against anyone forever. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure he's right, and that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. But the off the field, the injuries and this. Okay, so this year he's been injured. You know what I'm saying? So and again they played well without him. They went through a bunch of quarterbacks, but Baker Mayfield again, Flacco, DTR, all this other stuff. But again, I said this before. Baker got them a playoff. The win, they should have kept him. But here we go. There they are. But not to get too sidetracked. Baker Mayfield in his career has 2 playoff wins. One with the Browns. The Browns have won since like forever. And then here he is with the win with the Buccaneers. He's a pending free agent. He got into the playoffs. He won the division. It's a big deal. Even if you don't have the best record, you still are better than the 3 other teams in your division. Shout out to the Buccaneers in their season, and the Lions moving on to the NFC Championship. And then the next game here, we had the Kansas City Chiefs. There was the 3rd seed, and they were visiting the 2nd seed Buffalo Bills. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills. Shout out Big K.
I was torn in this.
It was real heartbreaking. I believe this is the 3rd time that the Bills and Chiefs met in the playoffs. 3. There was the overtime one that went. It was tied 36. The Chiefs won the toss and they scored a touchdown, and it was 42-36. Like I said, here's Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a great football player, and
he beat the man curse.
He won. Who did they?
Is that still a thing?
I don't think so. I mean, like I said, he had a great season. He's an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Won the division last game of the season. Beat the Dolphins because the Dolphins was winning the division. The Bills won the division. Got number 2 seed. Who did they beat in the first round?
This year?
Yeah.
They beat
Pittsburgh. Shout out to Pittsburgh. So they beat them. Playoff win. That's always a feel good. They won a playoff game. They get to the 2nd round. And it's just like it was close. The spread was 3, I think. I was rooting for the Bills. I thought the Bills was going to win. This was their time. I felt that all the stars aligned. And it came down to a missed field goal at the end. And then Bass, one of the better kickers, top 5 kicker, top 10 kicker in the NFL. And it was a 50-yard kick, and it looked good, and the wind hit it, and at the last second it was bad. But it looked good, and I hope, again, the Bills, like I said, the Bills is, Bills been through a lot. They won their division the past 4 years. They still got a lot of great pieces. I hope they keep it together. And, they've proved they can play with anybody and everybody, and they're just as good as the Chiefs. And a lot of people root against a lot of.
Are they as good as the Chiefs?
I think so.
I
I think so. They got the two seed, right? They had a better regular season than Chiefs, but
look at them now, man.
so
And I mean, they were offsides away.
I'm gonna give the Bills their flowers. I'm gonna give the Bills their flowers. They had a great season, and like I said, they finished in the 2 seed. Josh Allen's the man. You know, and again, from where they came from before Josh Allen, so they turned it and with their head coach, so they got a lot of great pieces and a lot of football left. So I hope they don't make too many crazy changes.
Decent team, but
Number 2 seed, come on, put some respect on the Bills.
I'm gonna put
number
some
2 seed, and Josh Allen, top 3 quarterback, and he's top 3, top 5 in MVP right now.
But you gotta beat that guy.
You got to beat that, and then and the Kansas guy, been in the AFC Championship 6 times straight. Since he's been starting, since he took over for Alex Smith. How many times I say this? Alex, again, the first time again when he took over, they went to the AFC Championship. They made it 6 times. So that is so moving on to the AFC Championship. You have the Kansas City Chiefs visiting the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore with the 1st seed, so it's in Baltimore. You have Kansas City 2. First question. Baltimore's hosting an AFC Championship.
First ever.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Second AFC Championship to be played in Baltimore, but first ever in Ravens history.
Right, Baltimore Colts. That's crazy. That's wild. So shout out to that game. And again, we have so the preview for that. Vegas has Baltimore winning by 3.5, or the spread is 3.5.
I got Ravens 27-20.
We're predicting scores. Okay, 20. We're predicting scores. That's what we're doing.
27-20.
So
Lamar needs this for the culture.
For sure.
We need this for the culture. Like, we need this.
I believe
we need this for Baltimore City.
I believe
we need this for the hood.
Majority of America is rooting for the Baltimore Ravens.
Like, the hood needs.
I believe every other fan base in the AFC is rooting against the Chiefs. I think a lot of fan bases have just over the Chiefs at this point.
Urban America needs Lamar Jackson to win this damn
Taking it there.
This is the truth.
Taking it there.
You know what I'm saying?
Taking it there.
Urban America needs Lamar Jackson to win this championship. You know what I'm saying? And I had heard somebody talking about it the other day. It's almost crazy. Like, Lamar Jackson is like the complete opposite of every quarterback of like the past 30, 40 years.
He's not the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady mold.
He's not the Colgate. Not even Peyton Manning. Think about all of the other guys in the league. He's not like the Colgate on the commercials guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He do it. He won. He do it how he won. And you know what I'm saying? He go hard in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's the most electrifying player in the league.
He's done a lot of great things, and it all worked out. Remember this time last year, we were talking about Baltimore and contracts. If he's gonna trade them. This was this time last year. All that was like reality.
It's crazy how, and the crazy part is coming into the season, I was kind of nervous because I was like, damn, this don't bode well regardless of what happened. I was kind of like nervous, like, damn, they probably not gonna really have like that great season. Maybe you know what I'm saying, chemistry came up, but nah, that boy Lamar Jackson came in that joint ready to play. We won 14 games this year.
Right.
So, I want us to win. I know it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, you're not going to blow out Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to do that.
The game is January 28th, Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're in Texas, so that's going to be 3 p.m. in Baltimore.
Right.
Quick question. Does Taylor Swift make the trip? She's going to Baltimore.
Taylor Swift pulling up the bottom.
All right.
Taylor Swift,
see how that goes.
She gonna be riding past North Avenue on the way to the game.
There we go. Everybody, North Avenue, look out.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
She's going.
Yeah, she's
going to Baltimore.
She went to Buffalo. I can't imagine her not coming to Baltimore.
She's going to Baltimore. Bet.
So I'm gonna need last part of this. I'm gonna need Lamar Jackson to save us from a Taylor Swift Super Bowl.
Please and thanks.
No shade to Taylor Swift, but like the Super Bowl ain't gotta be about her.
So in the NFC Championship, we have the Detroit Lions finish the season 12-5, visiting the San Francisco 49ers, who finished the season 12-5. The spread is -7 San Francisco, and it's going to be 5:30 Texas time. So it's going to be 3:30 in San Francisco. So it's 5:30 here in Texas.
Ed, I got a question. Your team is playing the anti-hero in this game. People want to see that Lions.
If they wasn't if the Lions wasn't playing the 49ers, I'd probably be rooting for them too. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see with the locker room stuff, and again they won their first playoff games in 30-something years, and all this and Goff, you know, and we talk about the Goff Stafford trade. You know, it's just like this is
lives.
You know, this is they traded lives, and it's just like short term. You know, the benefit went to
LA.
LA. You know, they lost the Super Bowl with Goff, and they traded for Stafford, and they won it with him.
Good enough.
Right, and they won it with him, and Goff went here, and then the first year in Detroit was a little rough, but this year they had all the success. They won their division. You know, third, you know, they were close to getting second. You know what I'm saying? They had a little controversial loss against the Cowboys early in the year, if you remember that. But so no, it's gonna be a great game. But I think but like all due respect, like the 49ers have more talent. 49ers have
on paper,
more
yes.
on paper, right? On paper. And it's in San Francisco, right? So that's an advantage, right? It's all roads lead to, like, this is what it's all about. Right. The first seed, just like the 49ers got the first seed, the Baltimore got the first seed. That's what it's all about. That's what the whole season was for, to make the playoffs and seed in the playoffs. But I don't see Detroit doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confident. Like, I don't know if Vegas, you got a -7. I think it'll be a shootout. I think both teams will have at least 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be a shootout, yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be like a low scoring game. You know, there's a lot of talent on both teams, but 49 is going to prevail. You know what I mean? A lot of Purdy gets a lot of, you know, I'm not completely sold on Purdy. You know, like,
You're
but
not?
I think,
hold up, you gotta stop right there. You're
like,
not?
in
As a 49ers fan, you're
until we get to the big, I don't want to jinx. Like, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a support him, and you know, but he gets a lot of like criticism because he was the last pick in the draft. But until he's holding that trophy, he's not the next nothing. Until he's holding that trophy.
But I got
you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So that's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at with him.
I
He's
would
an
say
MVP candidate. He's a Pro Bowler. He's all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's a lot of things. But again, I'm not going to you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk about him like he's Joe Montana. Today, I'm not.
Not talking about him like he's Joe Montana, but out of the quarterbacks that you all have had,
I just don't want to. I don't want to as a fan, I don't want to overhype him. I don't want to put too much pressure on him because it's not all about him. It's about it's about the team, of course. It's about the team. The team, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll agree. Like, you know, I look at things at all angles, but again, he's a lot of quarterbacks succeed as his position, and he got in a great position. He gets a lot of criticism. I don't criticize him, of course, because I'm a fan, but until he wins the big game.
Let me ask you this question. Would you take your quarterback over Justin Herbert?
Right now, yeah, I'll take my court. We could, yeah, court. I mean,
but
Justin Herbert has put up a lot of big games, but he's lost like half the games he's been in. Right, we've established that. You know what I mean? Like, he's lost a lot of close games, but you know, he's won half the games
I
he's been
only
in.
ask that because obviously, like, we all look at him and be like, all right, he's going to be a great player, Justin Herbert. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the same time, while I'm not going to crown Purdy as like the next great thing, I would be like that's y'all quarterback for sure. Like,
No, he's the guy next 5 to 10 years, and him being drafted, you know, it erased the mistake of respectfully of drafting the Trey Lance.
Was it a mistake?
At this point, it is. At this point, it is.
Play like 3/4 of football for y'all.
But he didn't. If we valued him that much, we don't give him away.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Even if he did command it, because it came out he demanded a trade because he lost QB2. He got third string. He got QB3, so he was like, "Get me out of here." So, but again, not to get too off topic, but yes, the NFC Championship shall be a good one, and of course, me and Matt are predicting a Baltimore Raven San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl.
We already had one.
We already had one, and that's what we predict, and that's what we predicted at the beginning of the year.
We got a lot more
Check
time,
us
man.
out. Check us
Hey,
out.
I gotta ask.
Check us out.
I gotta ask. We got time to talk about this, so I just want to bring this up. So, where were you, and what were you? Where were you, and what were you doing during the last Ravens 49ers Super Bowl?
What was I doing? I haven't moved to LA yet. I'm still in Northern California, still figuring a lot of things out, getting ready to move to LA. A lot of transition in life, a lot of things not working. This is about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
Longer than that.
yeah, so a lot of life, but I do remember it. I was upset, of course. I lost a bet. I bet $100 on the game. Lost a bet. And yeah, a little upset. And just like you knew it was over. Like the team fell apart.
Almost came back.
The team, right? But the team fell apart like immediately. Like, and it was just like when like Patrick Willis retired. Like that came out like within a week. Like, right. So Patrick Willis retired. That was like the end of like the team as we knew it. That team. And that was honestly, I look back, and I mean, I'm really a big fan of the team now. I'm really big fan of the team, back in the day with, Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, but those Alex Smith, Frank Gore, Vernon Davis, Crabtree, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman days were pretty. So those were some good times, and we had opportunities to do it, and then it didn't work out. So here we are, full circle, and back to the Super Bowl. It looks like we'll go. So should be it's going to be in Las Vegas, February 11th. So
Granted, we can't look over this week.
Can't look over this week.
We're predicting.
That is our
Vegas
prediction. That is our manifestation. And in a perfect world, that's what happens. Stranger things have happened, but I don't see it. I don't see the Lions winning. And then with Baltimore, Kansas City, I think we got to, just like Dragon Ball Z, everybody got to put their energy together to stop Kansas City. Stop Kansas City. So I'm aboard that. If I hate any team, I hate Kansas City at this point. Because Kansas City beat people. Why you hate Kansas City? They beat the 49ers in the playoffs about 3 years ago, right? In the Super Bowl. So yeah, if you beat my team, I'm probably not gonna like your team. You know what I mean? So
that's almost crazy though. You gotta think though. Y'all have been to quite a few Super Bowls.
We've been in the past. No, correct. No, we were 5-0. We lost to Baltimore. We lost to Kansas City. So now we're 5-2. And then we went to the NFC Championship like 3 of the last 4 years, something like that. 3 of the last 5 years, something like that. We went to the NFC Championship, okay, because we lost to the Rams when they went. Lost last year, and then when we went to the Super Bowl. So 3 times, 3 out of 5. So so the 49ers are, and then we've drafted well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these players we've drafted. You know what I mean? Like homegrown talent.
The biggest MVP move for your team,
the Christian McCaffrey trade. That saved like the season and the team as we know it. Because Jimmy Garoppolo kept on getting hurt, and all our running backs kept on getting hurt. Like before Christian McCaffrey, like 5 different running backs led this team in rushing in the past 5 years. So like a little, little musical chairs, from
Raheem Mostert.
We had Raheem Mostert, exactly, one of the better ones for sure. Him and Jeff Wilson Jr. So Yeah, but shout out to those AFC Championship, NFC Championship. Can't wait. So that's that. So yeah, go 49ers, bet. And we are moving on to basketball. Where are we at?
We 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay, so we're moving on to basketball. We can give you quick off the court stuff. Adrian Griffin got fired from the Milwaukee Bucks as the head coach, and then Doc Rivers got hired.
Shout out Doc Rivers.
Shout out Doc Rivers. The Milwaukee Bucks were already second in the East, but ownership, maybe he lost the players. There was something going on there. They let him go, and they get Doc Rivers. They want to maximize the talent and ensure that they get a ring with
One thing you can count on Doc Rivers.
with this team.
Respectable guy, man. Doc Rivers.
All right, so we have so Friday. Today is what's today? So Friday is the 26th. We'll start from a week ago to now and recap on the scores real quick. Speed round, nothing too crazy. So on Saturday, January 20th, 2024, we had the Milwaukee Bucks visiting the Detroit Lions. The Bucks won 41 to the Pistons 135. We had the 76ers visiting the Charlotte Hornets. The Sixers 97 to the Hornets 89. The Spurs at the Wizards. Spurs 131 to the Wizards 127. The Cavaliers get at Atlanta. Cavaliers 116 to Atlanta's 95. The Raptors at New York. The Knicks 126 to the Raptors 100. Memphis at Chicago. The Bulls 125 to Grizzlies 96. The Jazz at Houston. Houston 127 to Utah's 126. OKC at Minnesota. OKC 102 to Timberwolves 97. Sunday, the January 21st, 2024, we had the Milwaukee Bucks at the LA Clippers. Clippers 125 to the Nets 114. We have the Miami Heat at the Orlando Magic. The Magic with the win, 105 to the Heat's 87. The Denver Nuggets at the Washington Wizards. The Nuggets 113 to the Wizards 104. The Celtics at the Rockets. The Celtics with the win, 116 to the Rockets 107. The Indiana Pacers at the Phoenix Suns. The Suns 117 to the Pacers 110. And the Portland Trailblazers visiting the LA Lakers. The Lakers 134 to Portland's 110. Monday, January 22nd, we have the Milwaukee Bucks visiting the Detroit Pistons. Milwaukee with the win, 122 to the Pistons 113. Cleveland visiting Orlando. The Cavaliers with the win, 126 to the Magic's 99. We have the Spurs at the Sixers. The Sixers with the win, 133 to the Spurs. The Sixers 133, the Spurs 123. Memphis at Toronto. The Grizzlies with the win, 108 to the Raptors 100. Charlotte at Minnesota. Charlotte with the upset, 128 to the Timberwolves 125. Boston at Dallas. Heard about that game. Boston with the win, 119 to the Mavericks 110. Next game, we had the Chicago Bulls visiting the Phoenix Suns. Suns with the win, 115. Chicago is 113. And we had the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Sacramento Kings. The Kings with the win, 122 to Atlanta's 107. Tuesday, January 23rd. Shout out to Double R. That's his birthday.
Shout out to radio.
Shout out to radio,
bruh.
CEO, all that. So January 23rd, that's when his birthday was. We did a big, of course, never satisfied style, of course. So we have 5 games on the 23rd. We had the Denver Nuggets visiting the Indiana Pacers. The Nuggets with the win, 114 to the Pacers 109. The New York Knicks visiting the Brooklyn Nets. New York with the win, 108 to Brooklyn's 103. The Utah Jazz at the New Orleans Pelicans. Pelicans 153 to Utah's 124. That's crazy. Portland at Oklahoma. Oklahoma with the win, 111 to Portland's 109. And the Lakers at the Clippers. Clippers with the win, 127 to the Lakers 116. Wednesday, January 24th, we had the Charlotte Hornets visiting the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons 113 to Charlotte's 106. Minnesota Timberwolves visiting the Wizards. Minnesota with the win, 118. Washington's 107. Memphis visiting the Heat. Memphis with the win, 105 to Miami's 96. Portland against visiting Houston. Portland 137 to Houston's 131 in the overtime win. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers visiting the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks with the win, 126. The Cleveland's 116. We have the Phoenix Suns visiting the Dallas Mavericks, 132 to Dallas's 109. And we have the Oklahoma City Thunder at the San Antonio Spurs. The Thunder 140 to the Spurs 114. Sheesh. And then we have the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors with the win, 134 to Atlanta's 112. And yesterday, Thursday, January 25th, 2024, we had the Philadelphia 76ers visiting the Pacers. Pacers 134 to Sixers 122. The Jazz visiting Washington. We had the Jazz with the win, 123 to the Wizards 108. We had Minnesota visiting Brooklyn. Timberwolves 96 to Brooklyn's 94. We have the Boston Celtics visiting the Heat. Boston with the win, 143 to the Heat's 110. We had the Denver Nuggets visiting the New York Knicks, 122 to Denver's 84. We had the Sacramento Kings visiting the Golden State Warriors. This was on TNT, and of course I watched it. The Kings with the win, 134 to the Golden State's 133. Harrison Barnes with a career high against his former team, 39 points. Great game for sure. It came down to the wire, and the Kings pulled it off. And then, and last but not least, we had the Chicago Bulls visiting the LA Lakers. The Lakers with the win, 141 to Chicago's 132. We'll go by the standings, and we'll wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. So in the Eastern Conference, we have, as of today, which is the January 26th, we have the Boston Celtics in first place in the Eastern Conference at 35-10. We have the Milwaukee Bucks at second at 31-14.
Celtics back at it again.
We have the Philadelphia 76ers 29-14 in third place. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers fourth place at 27-16. We have the New York Knicks at 28-17. We have the Indiana Pacers 26-20. We have the Miami Heat 24-21. We have the Orlando Magic 23-22 in eighth place. We have the Chicago Bulls at 21-25 in ninth place. And we have the Atlanta Hawks in 10th place at 18-27. So the playoffs play-in tournament started today. That's everyone that would be going. And on the outside looking in, yes, and the outside looking in, we have Brooklyn at 11th at 17-27. Toronto at 16-29. They just traded away their two best players, so they're in rebuild mode officially. We have the Charlotte Hornets at 10-33. LaMelo Ball has been out the lineup majority of the season from what I know. What else is new? Right. And then the Washington Wizards is 7-37. They have Jordan Poole as their best player. And then and rounding up the Eastern Conference, we have the Detroit Pistons at 5-30.
Didn't they lose like 25 games in a row there?
Something like that. It was 20-something. And then Wingstop was offering to give free wings for their win, and then they were waiting a long time. 6 boneless wings for Detroit Pistons win.
I don't know if they ever won.
No, they did. I think they did finally did. It was the thing. I was paying attention. It was the thing. And then, so shout out to Detroit. They got some moves to make. For sure. In the Western Conference, they have, side note, they have Monty Williams. So he coached the Suns when they went to the finals. So when the Pistons signed him, they made him the highest paid coach. So they have a good coach. You know what I'm saying? He coached the Suns to the finals. You know what I mean? So he's a good coach. But here we are. Cade Cunningham's the best player. He's number 1 pick a few years ago. They got some moves to make. Shout out to the Detroit Pistons once again.
The West is looking kind of tight.
The West is tight, of course. So in the Western Conference, we have
how about them Clippers, man?
How about them Clippers? We'll get to Clippers in a moment. We have OKC in first place at 32-13. Shout out to OKC. Come on, they got the new Shai Alexander is who's that? You got Shai Alexander. He is a all-star starter. He is a MVP candidate, and he's got the OKC friggin' Thunder in first place. So check him out. So he has Minnesota Timberwolves tied with them actually, and they're in second place at 32-13 as well. Shout out to the Timberwolves. It finally worked out. At first, it wasn't looking good. The Gobert trade was looking real bad, but then they acquired Mike Conley, which was his teammate in Utah. Now is his teammate in Minnesota. Now it unlocked Gallenberg. So, and again, they're second place. So check them out. We'll see how far. And then Anthony Edwards is their guy and he's one of the best young players in the league, and he's going to be around a long time, next 5-10 years, playing high level basketball for sure. Anthony Edwards. Third place, we have the LA Clippers, 29-14. They got a new stadium to build open next year, and they got a lot of great players on that team, and they're looking to make that championship run. And they feel that they are the better team in Los Angeles. I think they can do it. I don't know. And then we have the Denver Nuggets. Not looking. They lost a couple players from last year, so
but still right there.
Still right there. So they're 31-15 in fourth place. Still with Jokic, he's one of the best players in the league. Period.
So Zion is back.
Let's not jump the gun. Okay, I don't know. We're looking at two different. Well, mine says Sacramento in fifth place at 25-18. We got 3 teams tied at 25-18. Okay. Well, all right. So, I'm looking at ESPN. I got the Kings is fifth place at 25-18. That's what I'm looking at. And then, shout out to the Kings. They just beat the Warriors. They're about to be in town tomorrow playing the Mavericks. I look to be at that game. Shout out to the Kings and the Mavericks. Shout out to the Kings. They should. We finished third last year. The deadline's coming up. We'll see what happens, but we should improve if we make a deal. We might not. We'll see. Sixth place, I have on here the Phoenix Suns at 26-19. Beal's finally coming back from injury, but this is the year if they want to get it done. Durant's not going to be in the league forever, so shout out to Durant and the Phoenix Suns. Right. In seventh place, I have New Orleans Pelicans, Zion and company at 26-19. We'll see how that goes. Stay healthy for sure. Ingram's their best player when it should be Zion, respectfully. In eighth place, we have the Dallas Mavericks at 25-20. Luka just scored 73 points tonight against the Hawks. So shout out to Luka. Kyrie's on the roster. He didn't play tonight. I don't know what's going on with him off the top of my head. But if Dallas wants to make a big run, they got to make a move. I say keep Kyrie. They got to get more. They got to get more scoring inside. Period. And ninth place, we have the LA Lakers, 23-23, 500 team. They got some pieces there, but if they want to make a run, they need to make a move. You know what I'm saying? This is. You got pieces available. The trade deadline's February 8th. I'd be surprised if the Lakers don't make a move. I'd be so surprised. I'm willing to bet money the Lakers make a move at the deadline. In 10th place, we have the Utah Jazz, sitting at 23-23, 500 team as well. So the play-in tournament started today. Those were all the teams that make it. In the outside looking in, we have 11th through 15th. We have 11th place, the Houston Rockets at 21-23. In 12th place, we have the Golden State Warrior. Wow. At 19-23.
That's really
wow. I would imagine they make a move as well. Come on, Steph. You got prime Steph Curry still on the roster. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's time.
Forget everybody else, whatever. But Steph Curry is still on the roster. Steph Curry's still, the other guys, their best years are behind them. Steph Curry is still in the middle of his prime. Respectfully. Respect. So, and they're in 12th place. Check them out. The deadline's about to happen.
They're right there.
Right. So, they're right. But as is, if they want to go all the way, they need to do something.
I don't see it.
Right. Well, we'll see. And 13th place, we have the Memphis Grizzlies, 18-27. 14th place, we have the Portland Trailblazers at 13-31. And to round up the Western Conference, we have the San Antonio Spurs at 8-36.
Get well soon, John Morant.
John Morant had a 2-week run, and he served his injury. Do the crime, do your time. He did the time. He's back. He's looking like old Ja. He did about 2 weeks, and then he messed up his shoulder. Shooting shoulder, I think. Yeah. So, shout out to John Morant and the All-Star starters.
Came out, didn't it?
All-Star starters just came out. So in the East, if I remember right, Jason Tatum, Giannis, Embiid, Damian Lillard, and Tyrese Halliburton starting in the East. In the West, you had LeBron, Jokic, who else? Durant, I don't even, not Steph. Steph didn't get Shea Alexander of the Thunder, and who else? Shea Alexander and Luca.
Gotta have Luca, bro.
Luca. So this is the first time Steph hasn't started in quite some time. A little uproar for that, but Dallas is better. Luca's in the same category as Steph, and the Thunder are better, and Shea's in the same Shea Alexander, same conversation as Steph as well.
I like Shea Alexander.
Shea Alexander, he was on the Clippers. He got traded for Paul George. Him and a bunch of picks got traded for Paul George. So, but if the Clippers don't make that move, they don't get Kawhi Leonard either. But in alternate universe, Shea Alexander's on the Clippers. And Kawhi and Paul George are elsewhere.
Dang.
But Shea Alexander's on the Thunder, and they made all them moves. The Thunder you take notes. The Thunder, in the past like 5 years, is they did one of the better jobs in rebuilding a basketball team.
Thunder Clippers this year in the West.
Thunder Clippers. Wow, bold prediction.
Thunder Clippers in the conference championship.
I think they're still a year or two away, a piece or two away. I don't know, Thunder. They doing good, but they're still young. They're not. I see the old big three there, but at the same time I don't. So UFL, bro. UFL. Another news. UFL, the XFL and the USFL merged. The Rock's part of that. Good times, giving other people opportunities. So that's good stuff.
March 30th.
For sure. Wrapping up, sir?
Yeah, that's all I got for this.
All right. So, again, thank you for tuning in. We got to send this out, untraditional time, but thank you for all the support along the way. Episode 53. Wrapping up. This is January 26th on a Friday night. We look to be back sooner than later. Go ahead, check out, again, AFC Championship, NFC Championship. That is the highlight of the weekend for sure. Check those games out, and we'll see who's going to the Super Bowl.
Ravens going to
predicting Ravens 49ers. You know what I'm saying? This is our prediction.
Ravens 49.
There we go. So, so shout out to all the NFL, all the fan bases, but especially right now we're loyal to the soil. You know what I'm saying? What else? What do you expect?
Man, my city need this, bro.
What do you expect?
Baltimore need their championship, bro. That's desperately needed.
So, other than that, we'll shout outs, and then we'll close out. But once again, shout out to Double R, his birthday, CEO, studio, everything he does for us. Forever gratitude.
Happy birthday.
Forever grateful for the CEO of Never Satisfied for sure. Shout out to Double R.
Shout out to
Callio's top. Well, real quick, shout out to T, aka Zelda. It's her birthday. Shout out to
yes.
Shout out, you know what I'm saying?
I'm mad I missed horseback ride.
Come on. Never satisfied style for sure. Real quick. And then shout out Callio's Tacos, best taco truck by way of California at an event in Dallas near you. Callie's everywhere. He's been at taco truck conventions. He's been on the news. He's been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Hone it down and true definition of entrepreneur. Callie has been a great inspiration, motivation for all of us for sure. Shout out to Big Callie, man. And then shout out to Special. He's about to be here Offset.
My boy Special.
Shout out to Special, man. So yeah, we there. We're there. The Offset show, we're there.
Where's it at?
April 5th somewhere. We're going. I don't know. We're going. That's next time. For sure we're gonna round up the troops, man. Yeah, we're doing that. So shout out to that. And then the clothing line, of course, Never Satisfied Clothing.
Shop Never Satisfied.
Shop Never Satisfied. And again, shout out to everyone part of the studio. Like I said, you're part, the music, everything, all the work that we do here, all the podcasts, all the all the music, all the film. Shout out to everyone a part of this vision that we have here for sure. And shout out to all the podcasts. You know what I'm saying, holding it down since we've been not so active. Shout out to all the podcasts here at the studio as well.
Time Out Podcast will be back on next week too.
Shout out to Time Out Podcast holding it down.
Holding it down.
Shout out to Lance. Where Lance at? Shout
Lance,
out to
way
K.
over.
Shout out to Lance. You know what I'm saying. But other than that, closing out. Thank you once again to everyone. We got to send this out. Mass copy and paste. We got to get the team together. We got to get a marketing team.
Like the stream, share the stream.
Please. Like, comment, share, all the above. Support. And we support right back. We do.
Shout out to all the platforms. Like I said, we on Instagram today. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see it. We on Instagram.
Shout out to everyone on Instagram. Check you out. Yeah, shout out to everyone on the gram, YouTube, we gotta get the Facebook, everything we've been doing, and this is the first episode of 2024.
Hold up.
Oh, what we got? What's going on?
What up, AJ? Said I know that's not a Flacco. It is a Flacco. But yeah, Baltimore. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to AJ, man. But yeah, we predicting a Ravens 49ers.
There we go. That's what we're doing here.
All right, I think that's it.
Everybody have a good night. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. AFC Championship, NFC Championship. Check it out, and we'll talk to you guys soon.